It's a beautiful Tuesday, and White Box Media is at it again. Today, we are here at the University of Ghana, Accra City Campus to be precise. We are here to meet some students who are so influential to talk about the strike and how they are going about it. According to students, it's becoming a burden to some, others too are feeling it. Let's see and let's talk to him. Hello, Professor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, how are you doing?
I'm doing well by the grace of God.
We thank God. Professor, students are talking about the strike. How are you taking it?
We are not taking it calmly at all because it's a matter of concern to all of us. In fact, applying to come to school in the middle of school, or you've gained admission to school and then you've heard that those are supposed to teach you are on strike, and the employer seems to be nonchalant about the whole thing. I think it's very appalling and heartbreaking, and it goes deep into the quality of technocrats that the system or the school will provide in the next few years. I always say that if you don't take care in the next few years, dentists at the hospital will be using chisels and chainsaws on people's teeth and stuff.
Yes, per how the government is today, right?
Exactly, because they are not giving critical attention to teachers. We see the focus of past and present governments, how they give due diligence to teachers, or other professions. But when it comes to teachers, it's as though they are nobody, and it affects students. It affects students. We, those that are in the system now, it affects us. Just imagine a level 100 getting admission, come to campus, doesn't know anything about the system, and then lecturers are on strike. And then when they come back, we are going to be rushed through a lot of things, and it goes down to the quality of things that we are taught, and what we become, our inputs at the corporate level. It's really going to affect these things.
Yeah. So, Professor, you being very influential on campus and students know you very well. Please, how have you spoken to any lecturer at all? Does any lecturer what are the lecturers saying? Have you come in contact with any lecturer?
Okay, as a student activist and advocate, before you carry out before you embark on advocacy or activism, you need to understand the content of, the strength of what is going on. I don't think that no student activist or advocate will say that he can be able to talk to a lecturer for them to come back to class, because this is not an issue that is to be addressed by lecturers. Okay, this is a demand made to the employer. I've spoken to one of my lecturers back then in level 100, and he has explained to me the simple demands that they are making. They are giving to government. So I think they have a prudent demand, which the employer must listen to. The employer must attend to these plights of theirs, because they are very important. It is so appalling. It is so appalling when government, both past and present, behave so unconcerned, and then they see teachers and lecturers as though they are nobody. It is so appalling. So I think that yes, I've approached one or two of my lecturers, but I can just try to understand what their demand is, but I don't think we can tell lecturers to come back to the classroom without making sure that government attends to their demands.
Yeah, so we can't tell them to come back to classrooms without government attending to their demands. Having access to the strikes, per the little I've come about, it seems that lecturers too are refusing to give out slides. So please, what will you tell lecturers as a student, let's say as an influencer? You're standing for the students right now, so what will you tell lecturers who have refused to even give slides to students?
Okay, I think this is a beatable one. I think if I go to my lecturer and say, Doc or Prof, please, we need a slide. Lecturers are not against teaching. They are just saying that they will not step into the classroom to teach. So I think lecturers will be willing to release their slides, and then also those of us that have been ahead before, we have access to the slides, and some of the departments have also developed applications where we can have access to the slides, namely among them is the BHSR app. Students can get there, especially BSc admin students, and they can have their reading materials there, so slides are not scarce in the school at all.
Okay, so lights are not scarce in the school as well. Thank you so much, Professor, for talking to us.
Pleasure having me.
Okay, so that was Professor at the University of Ghana, Accra City Campus, a great influencer. My name is Maminya Kwambronma, and I was your host for today. Stay tuned. White Box Media, we go beyond borders.
It's White Box Media viewers. My name is Nanaya Intibia Owusu Mensah. Currently on University of Ghana campus, I am with one of the student activists, a student influencer. He is very well known as a good graphic designer, and his graphic was Holland's graphic. He is the person Hollandswell. Don't call. Mr. Hollandswell, you are looking so great.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing very well. Okay, I know you have much influence on students, and then so now currently there's strike. What are you saying about the strike? What do you think? Do you think UTAG is doing something about it, or the government is also doing something about it, which will enable the lecturers to come back to teach soon?
Yeah, for that I can't attest to the fact that they will revert to us soon, since their demand hasn't been met by the government. So what we intend doing, that we are at our various hostels, our various halls, reading on our own, waiting for the strike to be called off. So now we are just waiting for the strike to be called off. We don't have any assurance that the strike will be called off in any moment unless their demands are met by the government. You see, not long ago we heard a student lost his life in a pool on campus. You see, it's a sad situation. Imagine his parents hearing this sad situation. How are they going to feel? So we plead with the government to meet the demands of UTAG so that they will revert to us soon.
Okay, so Mr. Hollandswell right here is saying that due to the strike, it has caused a lot of harm. Like, for instance, the student who died in the pool, he believes that if there was no strike and the lecturers are still teaching, all this wouldn't have happened. As a student influencer, I know most of the students have come to you to ask you a few questions about how things are going, and if the strike will go right now. What have you been able to say to them? What answers have you been able to give them?
Yes, so even my roommate, he's a level 100 student. What he keeps on saying is that, when are they going to call off the strike? My assurance for him is that he just came and he should keep up with his studies, because when lectures resume,
so they will pile up the things,
pile up everything, and they have to be. My advice for freshmen and continuing students is that they should keep up with their studies, regardless of the strike. They should keep up. So my advice is that they should keep up.
Okay, so he is saying that despite the situation, wherever you find yourself, you should be able to learn. You shouldn't just depend on the lectures that you will learn. So while we are on strike, you should take advantage of this and study well, so that when the lectures come and they are piling up things, it wouldn't be that difficult for you. Okay, so Hollandswell, have you also approached any lecturer about this strike? And if yes, what was the answer they gave?
Approaching a lecturer wouldn't depend solely on me. It should depend on some great student influencers, and I think in collaboration with the LSRC, so that we approach some of the lecturers and present our petition to them, that the strike should be called off. Do you get it? You see, the strike is causing a lot of effects on the students. We don't know what to do. You've made payments. Do you get it? So our prayer is that we are hoping for the strike to be called off, so that the lectures, return to us as soon as possible.
Okay, we are hoping the lecturers come as soon as possible. We are all waiting for the lecturers. We miss class, we want to learn, be paid, so therefore we need to gain. Thank you very much, Mr. Hollandswell. It's nice having you here. Once again, it's White Box Media, and we go beyond borders.
We are still here at the Security Conference 2022, and we have here with us two great guys. One, the SRC president from UPSA, and our own Nana B from the University of Ghana. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Nana, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I can see that you're looking good.
Thank you.
Okay. Nana, so what was your expectations for today?
Okay, so my expectation being the security conference, I just set my mind that I'm going to learn more about security, some of the basic things I'm supposed to know when it comes to security wise and all that. So basically, that was my expectation, to learn more about security. That the first aid, what am I supposed to do when there's fire outbreak or something? And basically, I got everything that I needed to.
So
yeah.
okay. So your expectation has been met, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think it's a good thing? Should it be held again?
Yes, I think it's a good thing. I mean, we had a lot of lectures on the security, and it's a good thing. Some of us don't know how to go about certain things. I mean, when it comes to fire, but because of the ignorance you understand. But if you are open to some of these information and all that, I think that whenever there is a fire outbreak, you don't need to call the fire service or something. You can just quickly put it off before it gets bigger. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. President. Since you're the president of UPSA, do you also think that it should be held at UPSA, or are you planning of bringing such a thing at UPSA so that they can also learn? Because this is the University of Ghana, and we students learn from it. So, are you planning of anything like this?
Well, I think it's a good thought, because it was an awesome program, and then I think I'd have to consider what you just said. I didn't really think about it, but since you've said it, I think it's a great initiative that I can take up. Yeah.
But let me before that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the location.
Yes.
Even it was University of Ghana, but we had students from UEW, UDS, and then you understand. So it doesn't matter the place. If I think you are making it like University of Ghana UPSA thing, you understand. But no matter the location, I mean, if like how news publicize it, I mean, we got the students from all angles coming on board. So it doesn't matter the place that we are holding the program here.
So generally, we have to learn generally. Okay. Okay. All right. So please, you've been the SRC president. There is this UTAG strike, and please tell us something about it. And the students, most importantly, the level hundreds. What do you tell the students? Your advice to the students?
Personally, before I say something to the students, I would always say that when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. So most definitely, the government and UTAG going back and forth, we are the ones who suffer. But they said they have a meeting tomorrow. Yeah. So personally, I always don't believe in radicality or being radical. Usually you can use you have to exhaust all measures to resolve conflicts before you go. So I think that let's wait for tomorrow. So I've entreated my people to keep calm, and then let's wait for what they'll say tomorrow. Then from there we can, really convene and take another step. Yeah, but we hope for the best, though. Yeah.
All right, please. There is this rumor that University of Ghana students, Nanabi, I'll ask you this question, are planning on a demonstration. And do you think they should hold on to it, or they should just?
If you are planning for a demonstration, what are you demonstrating against?
Against UTAG, against the government. They said UTAG must come back.
Yes. So like Nene rightly said here, there is a meeting tomorrow between UTAG and then the government. So we just have to calm down. I mean, if some of these things happens, you can't just go out like being radical all about everything. There's not everything that you're supposed to be radical. Sometimes some of these things need matter of understanding between both parties and all that. There needs to be more conversations between them and all that. And I'm sure that they will definitely come into an agreement that the lecturers will come back into the classroom. You cannot force the government to do. I mean, if you can't do anything about it, you cannot force UTAG to come to class if they can't do anything about it. Do you understand? So we just have to leave it to both of them to, settle their issues out, and then the lecturers will come back to class. I'm hoping that by next week the lecturers will hear something good from them. Yeah. In as much as the strike is affecting us, let us stay calm and then wait for what will happen from tomorrow, and I think they'll come back here.
Okay. Thank you so much, two great men. It was nice talking to you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
It's called Nene.
Nene. Yeah. Okay, Nene.
So like Nana, Nene.
Yes.
Nana and Nene.
Nene.
Oh, okay. So Nana and Nene. Yes. Okay. So any shout out to your fans?
I think Nanabi should take point because
all right.
The people's Nanabi. So
okay. So I would want to say a very big thanks to all the people that came for the program, those who organized it. Ohima, the Secretary for Women Development, she's done amazing work. We had a lot of fun here, and it's a good thing. And to all the students in the University of Ghana, I say a big shout out to all of you. May God richly bless you, stay blessed, and study until the UTAG comes. Yeah.
Okay, so he had a shout out for the University of Ghana students, for the UPSA students.
We are the professionals, so they should keep on being professional about every issue. So, yeah.
All right. right. Thank you so much, guys. It was tough having you. It's still White Box Media, and we go beyond borders. Hello, lovely viewers. It's White Box Media at it again, and today we are here at the Security Conference 2021 at the University of Ghana, and we have here with us one great influencer from City Campus. He's in the person of Kinsley. Hello, Kinsley.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good. I can see that you're looking good.
Thank you.
All for the conference, I guess.
Yep, and I have people to impress too.
My goodness, you have people to impress. Okay, sure, because you're an influencer, right?
You know,
Oh, the ladies.
the ladies, I guess.
Okay, all right. So, what have you gained from the conference? What have you learned from the conference so far, and how effective is the conference?
All right. For first, I must congratulate and thank the Nooks for putting such an event into view. And then what I've learned is that security shouldn't be something that somebody should look out for you. It should start with you. Security has to be personal. You have to take it into your own hands and then make it happen. Because you can't put your security in somebody's person. That is not safe. You're supposed to do it by yourself. So that's what I've learned from this conference.
Yeah, sure. We are supposed to do it by ourselves, and we have to take security into our own hands. Okay, so I think it was a very good thing, right? That's why we have to thank them. And also about the UTAG strike, we are still facing challenges, we students, and you are an influencer. Has any student come forth to you and asked you how things are going? What about the lecturers? Have you spoken to them or anything of that sort?
Well, I must say I have been. I'm a media person now. What is happening is that they ask me when I was starting school, how far would the strike? When the academic was starting? I'm like, everything is on the internet. You can't read. But what I can say is that I'm a bit disappointed in the lecturers as well as the government. If they can't sit down to, put things together and trying to come up with something that's going to help with the students, we are disappointed in the government and then our lecturers. That's what I can say.
Being disappointed in the lecturers, why? Because some students support the lecturers, and you are saying that you're a bit disappointed. And I know that there are other students who also not support the lecturers. Why are you saying that?
Well, I might say that in our bid to look out for what we want, the lecturers, what they want, they should also consider the fact that this university is not a matter of the idea alone. Our interest should also be put into play. And if they really consider with the students, they should also factor that in their decision and make sure that we are also got something that's from this particular strike, because we are in our hostels and we don't even know what's happening. Okay, we are spending our monies and everything. I'm sure by the close of this week we wouldn't have to we'll have to go back to the house because there's no money. You get that?
That's true. Okay, so what advice will you give to the students out there, especially to the level 100s, because it's their first time coming to school and they have to face this? So what advice do you give to students out there?
I most of the time tell them that they should take advantage of this particular strike and then make sure that they take their course material, study material seriously. We've made them available to them for them to read, and then get the acquaintance to the things that is happening in the university. They are not starting lectures now, and you cannot say that I'm going to play, I'm going to sleep. No, just sit with your books, read more, get to know about the university, read things about the university. You get that, and you'll be fine with it.
Okay, all right. There is also a rumor around that students are planning a demonstration against the government so that UTAG comes back. So, what do you say about that? Is it good? Should we go on with it, or?
So I think that we being Ghanaians and even members of the university, junior members of the university, we have the right to demonstrate. It's our right to demonstrate. And if we think that that is the only way governments can hear our voice, can take notice of our suffering and everything, it's good. Why not we embark on a strike? But it should be done in the right way. They should actually follow the protocols that is supposed to be followed. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Kinsley, for talking with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you too for having me.
Okay. All right, lovely viewers. So that was Kinsley, a great influencer at Accra City Campus, University of Ghana. It's still White Box Media. We go beyond borders.